Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's topic is position and order of adverbs. But first off, what is an adverb? Well, as you know, an adverb is a word that describes either an adjective or a verb or another adverb in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, he is very smart, very is an adverb modifying the adjective smart. She sang sweetly. The word sweetly modifies the verb sang. It tells us how she sang, so it's an adverb. And then you played extremely well. In this sentence, the adverb well modifies the verb played. But the word extremely modifies the adverb well. So extremely is also an adverb here. In English grammar, there are 8 kinds of adverbs. In the first example, he came yesterday. Yesterday is an adverb of time because it tells us the time of his coming. Take the next example. Do you work here? In this sentence, here is an adverb of place. It refers to the place of an action, the place where you work. In the sentence, he runs fast. Fast is an adverb of manner because it shows the manner of his running. He hardly tells a lie. In this sentence, hardly is an adverb of frequency because it points out how often he tells a lie. And then consider the sentence, you are quite right. The word quite means absolutely. It shows the degree or extent to which you are right. Hence, quite is an adverb of degree. An adverb of reason indicates the reason of an action. In the sentence, you are therefore dismissed from the service. The word therefore points to a certain reason of your dismissal. Hence, therefore is an adverb of reason. I will certainly attend the meeting. I will not attend the meeting. In the first case, the word certainly affirms my attending the meeting in future. So it is an adverb of affirmation. On the other hand, in the second case, the word not negates my attending the meeting in the future. Hence, it's an adverb of negation. A focusing adverb emphasizes or draws our attention to a particular part or word of a sentence. Only I can solve this problem. Here only is a focusing adverb because it comes before the word I and emphasizes it in the sentence. So primarily these are the 8 categories of adverbs in English grammar. Now we are going to study the position or placement of adverbs in a sentence. Well, when certain adverbs are used as question words or exclamatory words, when adverbs such as where, when, how, etc. are used for interrogation or exclamation, they are always used at the beginning of the sentence. For example, in the sentence, where was she born? The adverb where is an adverb of place used as an interrogative adverb at the beginning of the sentence. In the next example, the adverb of time, when, used as an interrogative adverb, comes first in the sentence. How beautiful the painting is an exclamatory sentence. So here, the adverb of degree, how, modifying the adjective beautiful, comes at the beginning of the sentence. In the last example, how funny, the adverb of degree, how, is placed at the beginning. Thus, interrogative and exclamatory adverbs always come first in the sentence. Evaluative or viewpoint adverbs express the speaker's opinion, comment, or judgment. Interestingly, unfortunately, fortunately, possibly, luckily, surely, obviously, sadly, hopefully, apparently, honestly, and accordingly are some examples of viewpoint or evaluative adverbs. Such adverbs are always placed either at the beginning or at the end of a sentence because they modify either the whole sentence or a whole clause. Fortunately, I did not board the ill-fated train. Now see, here the adverb fortunately expresses the speaker's personal opinion about his act of not boarding the train. He evaluates his act as being fortunate. So this evaluative adverb comes first and modifies the whole sentence. Possibly is also an evaluative adverb coming at the beginning to modify the whole sentence. In the third example, interestingly is a viewpoint adverb that occurs at the end to modify the whole sentence. Hopefully you will like this video. In this sentence, hopefully is a viewpoint adverb that comes at the beginning of the sentence to modify it. Well, now we are going to study the position or placement of different kinds of adverbs in sentences. Adverbs of manner denote the manner of action. They tell us how or in what way an action is done. An adverb of manner is placed right after the principal verb in a sentence. However, if the principal verb has an object after it, the adverb of manner will follow the object. In the first example, pledge is the principal verb without any object, so the adverb of manner will comes after it. In the second example, the principal verb driving has an object, my car. So the adverb of manner carefully has come after it. In the third sentence, the adverb of manner clearly comes after the principal verb speaks. It tells us how he speaks. But in the last sentence, the principal verb answered has an object, the question. So the adverb of manner correctly has come after the object here. Adverbs of time denote the time of an action. They tell us when or at what time an action takes place. Just like adverbs of manner, adverbs of time are also placed after the main verb or its object, if any. For example, in the sentence, he died yesterday, yesterday is an adverb of time. It indicates when the person died. We can see here that the principal verb died has no object. It is an intransitive verb, so the adverb of time has come right after it. Look at the next sentence. He is reading a novel now. In this sentence, the adverb now tells us the time of the action reading. In this sentence, the principal verb reading has an object, a novel. So we must put the adverb of time now after the object, a novel. But remember, there is an exception to this rule. When we want to lay emphasis on the manner or the time of an action, we change the position of the adverb in the sentence. So for emphasis or contrast, we put the adverb of time or the adverb of manner at the beginning of the sentence or before the principal verb in a sentence. It rained heavily yesterday, but today it is sunny and bright. Here in the first clause, both the adverbs heavily and yesterday are placed after the principal verb rained. But in the second clause, the adverb of time today comes first, because we want to show or emphasize the contrast in today's weather. In the second example, the adverbs of manner slowly and sadly are emphasized, so they are placed right at the beginning of the sentence. Thus, if you want to draw the listener's attention to the time or manner of an action, you put the adverb of time or manner at the beginning of the sentence. They tastefully decorated the marriage hall. Here the adverb of manner tastefully comes before the principal verb decorated. Why? Because the speaker is impressed with the decoration and wants to highlight or emphasize the manner of decorating the place. Adverbs of place denote the place of action. I mean the place where the action takes place. Just like adverbs of manner and time, adverbs of place also come after the principal verb or its object, if any, in the sentence. For example, he is coming here. In this sentence, the adverb of place here is placed after the principal verb coming. But in the next sentence, I have seen him somewhere, the adverb of place somewhere comes after the object him. However, in exclamatory sentences, the adverbs of place here and there come at the beginning of the sentence. For example, the exclamatory sentence, here comes the queen, starts with the adverb here. In the next example also, the adverb of place there comes first. Adverbs of frequency denote the frequency of action. That is, how often an action takes place. Unlike adverbs of manner, place and time, adverbs of frequency are usually placed before the main verb. For example, I often go swimming. In this sentence, often is an adverb of frequency placed before the main verb go. However, if there is an auxiliary or helping verb in the sentence, the adverb of frequency comes after it, that is, in between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. For example, in the sentence, he has always helped me, the adverb of frequency always is placed in between the auxiliary verb has and the main verb helped. And then interestingly, an adverb of frequency always comes after verb to be but before verb to have. For example, in the sentence, he is never late, the adverb of frequency comes after the verb is. But in the next sentence, I never have bad tea, the same adverb of frequency never comes before the verb have. Please note here that the adverbs of frequency once, twice and three times etc. may also come after the main verb or its object in the sentence. I asked him twice, but he didn't answer. The adverb of frequency twice comes after the object him here. For the sake of emphasis, an adverb of frequency may also be placed at the beginning with the subject-verb inversion. Never did I see such a beautiful garden. Here the speaker is laying emphasis on the word never with the inversion of the subject I and the auxiliary did. An adverb of degree modifies an adjective or another adverb. Remember, adverbs of degree are placed before the adjective or the adverb they modify. For example, in the sentence, you came too late, the adverb of degree too is placed before the adjective late to modify it. In the next example, extremely is an adverb of degree placed before the adjective lazy. In the sentence, his car was partly damaged, the adverb of degree partly comes before the past participle damaged to modify it. In this way, adverbs of degree denote how much or how many. But there is an exception. The adverb of degree enough always follows the adjective or the adverb it modifies. He is strong enough to overpower his challenger. In this sentence, the adverb of degree enough comes after the adjective strong to modify it. Similarly, in the next example, the adverb of degree enough is placed after the adverb well. Up next, we have the order of adverbs in a sentence. When multiple adverbs of different kinds occur in a sentence at the same time, we place them in a certain order or sequence. The common order of adverbs in a sentence is we place the adverb of manner first, and then we use the adverb of place, followed by the adverb of frequency, the adverb of time, and finally the adverb of purpose. For example, in the sentence, it is raining heavily today, the adverb of manner heavily comes immediately after the verb raining, and it is followed by the adverb of time today. We cannot write it is raining today heavily. The adverb of manner heavily should come before the adverb of time today. In the next example, he went there yesterday. Both the adverbs there and yesterday modify the verb went. But there is an adverb of place. It comes before the adverb of time yesterday. In the last example, she sang sweetly at the concert last night. The adverb of manner sweetly, the adverbial of place at the concert, and the adverb of time last night occur at the same time. But these three adverbs are placed in the classic order of adverbs: manner, place, and time. Generally, we follow this classic order of adverbs in a sentence, but there are exceptions to this rule. For example, for verbs of movement like come, go, jump, run, etc., we put the adverb of place before the adverb of manner, followed by the adverb of time. Look at the sentence, he returned home happily in the evening. In this sentence, the adverb of place, home, comes first, immediately after the verb returned, followed by the adverb of manner, happily, and the adverbial of time, in the evening. Now, what are focus or focusing adverbs in English grammar, and what is their position in a sentence? Well, focus adverbs are adverbs that draw our attention or emphasize a particular part or a particular word in a sentence. Examples of focusing adverbs are only, even, also, just, exactly, especially, at least, etc. Remember, a focusing adverb always comes right before the word that it emphasizes or modifies. I mean, we must place the focusing adverb immediately before the word to which we want to draw the listener's attention, and before no other word in the sentence. For example, only John can guide you means no other person can guide you. Here the word only is focusing on John. However, in the same sentence, when the word only changes its position and comes before you, the meaning changes. Now, John can guide only you means John can guide nobody else. And in the last example, the focusing adverb only is placed before the verb guide. Here the focusing adverb is emphasizing the verb guide. So the sentence means John can only guide you and do nothing else for you. Clearly, as we change the position of only in the same sentence, its meaning keeps changing. Finally, we have relative adverbs. Remember, when, where and why are used as relative adverbs at the beginning of adjective clauses. A relative adverb refers to its antecedent or the preceding noun and modifies the verb that follows in the adjective clause. So I repeat, a relative adverb comes first in the relative or adjective clause. And we know that an adjective or relative clause is a subordinate clause that describes or modifies a noun in the principal clause. This is the place where he was killed. In this sentence, this is the place is the main clause and where he was killed is the adjective clause. Where is the relative adverb referring to its antecedent place and modifying the verb killed in the adjective clause. In the next example, why is the relative adverb coming at the beginning of the adjective clause, why he quit his job, referring to its antecedent reason. In the third example, when people lived in caves is the adjective clause and when is the relative adverb coming at the start. Here when is referring to its antecedent time and modifying the verb lived. That's the end of today's class. Hopefully you liked the video. Please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to click the notification bell for more such useful grammar content. Thanks for watching.